live now.
Right, hello Boro fans. We are here for the little show here on Boro Fan TV called the Transfer Roundup, and plus we're going to get a late preview of the game on Saturday against Birmingham. Well, tomorrow I should say. I'm Joe. I'm here alongside AJT.
How's it going, people? Welcome.
Yep. So we're going to be discussing the latest transfer rumours going about, and again we'll be discussing the Birmingham review again for the game tomorrow.
Yep.
So this is going to be going on from now until the transfer window closes, AJ.
31st of January, mate. Yeah.
Yep. So we've got a lot to get through. Starting, you know, obviously we knew today the one outgoing today, and that was our academy product, Luke Armstrong. He's joined Accrington Stanley on loan.
Yeah, I say good. I say a decent young player there is Luke, and you know, wish him all the best for the end of the season. Like I say, obviously Conor Ripley's another one, isn't it? He isn't so much academy, but I guess he is a little bit of academy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously he went to Preston, but as for Luke, you know what I mean, best of luck to him. And listen, man, you know what I mean, that move down to League One, it could only do him the world of good. So
yeah, it would certainly help with a lot of players, you know, because we had Maupay who was on loan at Yeovil for a while, and he's come back. And it certainly helps a lot of our academy players of going down to like lower league clubs to get some first team experience.
That's it. Well, that's what it's all about, is it, for these young lads? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? These lads are itching to play. Why not send them somewhere else where they can get, you know what I mean, 100% game time? And you know, obviously when Maupay coming back, he must have done something right at Yeovil to impress Tony Pulis. Yeah. And you know, hopefully we see him. Well, I'm guessing we'll see him. That's why he's brought him back. So you know, we never know if he's going to start tomorrow.
Yep.
And all these things.
Yeah, fair point. You know, like I say, if you know anything from other transfer rumours, just leave it in the comments below, and we'll read some out during the show. Now we're going to go on to there was one possible outgoing, and that was Ashley Fletcher, but we just heard rumours that from Hull City that there's no deal going to be happening now, according to them.
Well, like I say, I think it was a swap deal, wasn't it? He goes when we get Grzycki, which would have been class for us to get him. I think he's an excellent midfielder. But you know, Fletcher for me, I've said it all along. I know he hasn't had many games, not many Boro fans have seen him, but he's got a talent there. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's a big lad. You know what I mean? And if we can get the best out of him, he could really come good for us, Joe.
Yeah, it showed against Peterborough. He looked like he had something to prove, and he did.
Yeah, like I say, I thought he was spot on against Peterborough. I thought even against Notts County as well in the Carabao Cup, you know what I mean? So he's a decent player, and it's all about now just wait and see what happens with him. Hopefully he gets another chance tomorrow at Birmingham. Yeah. But you know, hopefully the Boro can do a bit more sort of deals our way, because of course, you know, the only one we know about is George Saville. £8 million got tied up, I think last Monday, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was around about that, yeah.
So, and obviously that was a Millwall club record fee. So we hope to bring some more in. Is there any players that you want to see come in?
There's a lot, you know, because we've seen a lot of them rumoured about in recent times. There was someone from CSK Sofia that's been linked with us. I think it's some Bulgarian striker. I can't remember the name for the life of me, but he's around the linked list, so to speak.
Well, like I say, I think in our team, I definitely think that we need to get some full backs in. I think cover for George Friend, or maybe even to replace George Friend. I know I'll probably get a lot of stick for saying it, but yeah, I mean, with these players getting on, I think it's really important now that if we don't have academy players that can fill in them roles, that we go out there, you know what I mean, get these young lads, because like I said on the Monday night show, the likes of Galloway from Everton, who, you know, doesn't get his game. He's a young left back. You know what I mean? He's probably got something to prove. You know what I mean? These sort of players that are out there, we're best off we go and get them, isn't it?
Yeah. And we also heard that Tyler Blackett from Reading's been mentioned as well. He can play left back as well as centre back.
A decent player, yeah. You know what I mean? Decent centre back. Maybe he's not seeing the best out of him right now at Reading, because obviously Reading aren't exactly on the best of form. But do you know what I mean? Didn't he come for the United Academy, Man United Academy?
Yeah,
Blackett?
Yeah, and he had a spell on loan at Celtic for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah, but like I say, you know what I mean? Decent players, but like I say, even in the Premier League, some mad transfers going on. Edinson Cavani's been linked with Chelsea, and who's the other one that's been linked?
Tavernier with Man United.
Yeah, Higuain, possibly going on loan to Chelsea.
Yeah, I've seen that going about as well.
And then in the summer, £32 million they combined for.
Yeah, and we've seen the day that Aaron Ramsey is on his way to Juventus in the summer as well.
That for me is probably one of the maddest transfers I've ever seen. Aaron Ramsey, who I don't know, I wonder if he's getting to play alongside Ronaldo next season. But it's happening, and I don't know how it's happening. Listen, I know he's got talent, but for me, I think Aaron Ramsey might be a little bit overrated in my opinion.
Yeah, probably alongside Khedira and Pjanic.
Yeah, like I say, but man, you know, Juventus over the last couple of years have really invested in some really good sort of world players, and you know they are a unit. And obviously with Ronaldo, that's just the cherry on top of the top. You know what I mean? It's just a cherry on top of the cake. So wait and see.
Just go through some of the comments there. Hello lads, it's Stephen Allen. OKB101 says, are you going to the Birmingham game? I won't be, but AJ will be.
Yeah, we'll be there. Come and get an interview after the game, outside the away end.
Yeah.
You know, me, Guesty and James will all be there, so actually come over after 90 minutes. And hopefully it's 3 points, but, you know, briefly talking on them, it's going to be a tough game tomorrow, but hopefully they won't get the 3 points.
Yeah, like I say, I won't be there because I've got a commitment in Scarborough, sadly, but hopefully I'll be travelling with the lads to the next away game, which I believe is West Brom.
West Brom, yeah. February the 2nd, is it?
Yeah, February 2nd, that one, yeah. Also, another transfer bit going about, Worko 2 has been putting this as well, and that's the Brentford trio. Romain Sawyers and Neil Maupay.
Yeah, and also Ollie Watkins. Is he Brentford? Ollie Watkins?
Yeah, from what I've heard, he's at Brentford, yeah. I think the main talking point though for us, I think it's Sawyers and Maupay. I know Aston Villa have both been linked with them.
Shock.
Yeah, shock really, you know, but I think with Maupay though, there may be a good chance of maybe coming to Wolves because with the whole Tammy Abraham situation, like he was meant to go to Wolves, but apparently Tammy Abraham's turned around and says he wants to stay at Villa.
Which for me that's great in terms of loyalty in football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He could have gone to the Premier League and said, "See you later, Villa," but he hasn't. Do you know what I mean? And you know, I don't know how he pronounces his name. Maupay. He's a good player, but I think it's on the Watkins scenario that Boro are only willing to pay half it because I think they want 20 million for him.
Yeah.
And Boro are only willing to give him 10, but it seems, you know what I mean, these strikers that are playing for the likes of Brentford, when you're watching them, they're getting the service, everything else. If these strikers are coming towards them, we've obviously seen how good they are at other clubs.
Yeah.
Joe, are they going to be able to reach their full potential at the Boro? Because, you know, Son Bolonga come in, he's banging for Forest, he's got 8 goals a season, but then you look at the likes of Birmingham who are playing tomorrow, and they're the goal scorers on 10, 12 goals a season.
Yeah, particularly our old former striker, Lucas Jukovic, banging them in.
10 goals I think he's on this season, and, you know, but I just think to myself, if we're going to go out and buy players, they've got to try and fit into Puris's system, and I think that's what puts off a lot of players, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
The likes of Yannick Bolasie and that didn't want to come in the summer, and I think it's because of the way we play.
Yeah. And also, Romain Sawyers as well, is well-known attacker midfielder, St Kitts and Nevis international as well. But he was good at the time, you know, when he was at Warsaw before he went to Brentford. But then I think at Brentford he struggled a lot with terms with the likes of injuries and other players coming in, etc. Could he fit in well as a number 10 possibly for the Boro?
I think a number 10 is what we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think at the minute, Wing sort of plays that role, and don't get me wrong, Wing does a good job.
Yeah.
But I just think we do need just that extra bit. If Wing could play on the wing, I know it's his name, but if he could play on the wing, it just leaves you that thing then, who do you drop? Say if you did get someone in like Sawyers, who was obviously attacking midfielder. Yeah. Well, do you drop Howson who plays for the middle? Do you drop Wing? Could you do it? Is it right? Is it not? It's one of them, isn't it?
It's pending in the way because you can play Lewis Wing out on the wing, on the right hand side of the wing as well.
Obviously with Van Lapada coming as well, I guess our attacking sort of presence is improving.
Yeah.
But we definitely need to see a bit more. Obviously, you know, people say play Stewie Down in number 10.
Yeah.
Would you play number 10?
Pending he put more caught in the wings no more, so he might fit in the number 10 role well, but then again, he could fit to the central midfielder position, but who do you drop, either Howson or Clayton?
And that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, Howson for me, you know, Derby away when he was nearly throwing up on the sideline, showed you how much he puts in. And like I said, Lewis Wing sometimes plays there. Don't get me wrong, if they're going to come in and if they're going to step up ahead of these other players, being the Howsons and the Wings, they're going to come in and they're going to do a better job than what they've done or whatever, then you look at it and say a good move. But if you're going to drop one of them lads, and this new lad's going to come in and he's going to be, maybe he's a little bit not up to what Howson and what are, then you kind of look at it and think, well, it's a waste of a move then, isn't it?
Yeah. Borough Brian 1980 put down, anyone else think Callum Robertson from Preston could be a decent signing for the Borough? He could, you know, but I think there's too many players who can fit in that position unless he plays in the striker role. Yeah,
I think for me, I want to see our defence get tightened, if I'm honest with you, Joe, in this January move. I want to see, you know, our back four, as much as we have the centre half, Ayala, decent player, but he's a liability at times. Aidan Flint, who's obviously picked up an injury. But of course, you know what I mean, you look at him thinking, well, you know, Danny Batts there, Dale Fry's there. We need full-backs for me. That's the big thing. And in this window, I would love to see us go out there. And someone like a Joe Bryan. Do you know what I mean? Left back, just someone who you know can do a job at left back, and he's got like youth. You know what I mean? Because obviously Josh Friend's getting on. There's no joke about that. You know, he's getting on, and he has lost a yard or two of pace. But instead of maybe he's complaining every week about the same player, why don't we put a bit of money into it and go and get these full backs that we need?
Yeah. Let's have a look and see who else. James Holland said Pulis in, the 2 Brentford lads for 15 million and Brit. I mean, questionable one, isn't it?
It's questionable in the fact of Brit's our highest goal scorer.
Yeah. 8
goals. Would you let him go for that sort of move?
Depends. You know, if we get a decent striker in for Brit, it's one of them where you're going to think, where do you go? We need that pace of striker when all we got is apart all power strikers. You know, apart the possibility, you know, with Fletcher.
Yeah, well, like I say, Maupay is a good player, but I just think would he be able to fit in our system? And that's the only thing that bothers me. I think if Boro played 2 up front, then I say any striker come in and try and do a job. But when you play 1 up front in the way that we play, I just don't want these players to come here with all that sort of hype around them and everything else and all that sort of transfer value around them. They just get slated because at the end of the day, it won't be their fault. It's about the way we play.
Yeah. Jacob Ross has put, I'll go for Tyrell Malika, 19-year-old left back, apparently.
Yeah.
It's another one. Someone said Jetro Williams from Germany. That's Werco free again.
Yeah, no worries. Like I say, I just think fullbacks for me. That's exactly what Boro got to tighten up on our fullbacks. I think right back. Shotton's not even a right back, but he does a job.
Yeah.
And I just think, at the end of the day, Boro have cover all over the team. We do. But some of the cover is, as I've said in my interviews before, it's a bit of dead wood in there.
Yeah.
And that might be a bit disrespectful towards some of the players we've got in our team, but I just think we've got to move, you know what I mean? For instance, a Rudiger Stead, for me, he should be shipped out in this window.
Yeah.
Ledbetter, great servant, but he should be shipped out in this window.
Yeah.
George Friend, put him on the bench. As much as we love him, as much as we all love George Friend, there'll be better players that can fit them positions and give us a lot more, can offer us a lot more.
Yeah.
And I just think in this window, it's a perfect opportunity. I know Pulis doesn't really want to spend Gibson's money, and he's worried about wages and all that. But
I think he admitted that in his press conference earlier on today.
But it's one of them where we need the players. Do you know what I mean? We need the players in order to get up this league. And if you look around you know what I mean? Look around this division. Yeah. Teams that have spent money in wise areas.
Yeah, Leeds have did that this season.
Yeah.
I think Norwich have did that this season, and Forest as well.
Forest. But obviously for Forest, it hasn't so much sort of worked out for them, has it? Obviously Crank left this morning. Yeah. We're seeing that. And it is sad what's happening to Crank because, do you know what it was? As much as we're about to say we're inside the league position, he wasn't doing a bad job there, really. And it is a shame. But as for the Boro, our main priority, as much as we don't want to spend money, you're going to have to win this league in order to do well. The way football's going now, teams are buying leagues, teams are buying positions, if you know what I mean, not in places in the league.
Yeah.
If you want to be up there, you've got to put your hand in your pocket and you've got to go and spend the money.
Yeah, so just seeing the controversial one regarding Bolton and Forest Green Rovers over Christian Deutsch.
What is that, what is that whole thing about?
I don't know, something in terms with money or something like that.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
I've seen a lot of Bolton fans that are going to go over to Forest Green, I think it's next week, and they're all going to go and attend the game to try and give Forest Green some money.
Yeah.
And that's what it must be for, because I didn't know quite what it was all for.
Yeah.
You just said it there, so yeah, that's what it must be.
Yeah. Also, Werco 2 says Matt Target could be another solution for our left back position.
Yeah, well, why not? You know what I mean? But, well, like I say, man, what's your thoughts on it? Which left back, if you had to pick a left back out the league now to come to the Boro, who would you pick, Joe?
Yeah, as Kirk Tasker says on there, that you can have Craig Cunningham for left back off Cardiff.
I'm guessing he isn't great if you're going to say that. But in terms of left back, who would you have? You know what I mean? If you can go to any sort of team now in the world and say that left back to play for the Boro.
Maybe a tough one, you know, because there's a lot of good fullbacks in the league. But if I had to pick, when I have to pick one probably from outside the league, like you said, for game time reasons, I'd go with Joe Bryan from Fulham on loan for the rest of the season. Yeah,
good player. Ryan Sessegnon, I like the looks of him, but realistically, are these players going to come down? Maybe he's not. But Joe Bryan, who doesn't really get his game, does he? Fulham doesn't really get his game, does he?
No, but he did play a friend. Someone from France over as a left back. I can't remember the name.
Oh, fair enough. But I say, you know what I mean. For me, I think Boro have let a few sort of decent defenders go. The likes of Christie, who was a good right back for us.
Yeah, it's one of the things we shouldn't have let Cyrus Christie go, to be honest.
And Fabio.
Yeah.
As much as Fabio wanted to move on, we had 2 defenders out who did a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of other comments, people who left in as well.
Fair few coming in, like.
Yeah. Don't forget to just, if you have any suggestions of transfers, feel free to let them in. Werco 2 put earlier, Alexander Prohovic from POK in Greece, I think it is.
Yeah.
He was another striker that's been linked with us as well.
A decent goal scoring record doing him as well, hasn't he? He's got something like 20-something goals.
20-something goals in about 80-odd games, I think it is.
Like I say, you know what I mean? There's no real hiding place that we do need signings.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you look on the other divisions and everything else, then, you know what I mean, you see the players that are moving. I mean, listen, one that shocked me was Real Madrid won Christian Eriksen for 225 million. What do you think of that sort of price tag, Joe?
It's questionable. I mean, if they want to be if Eriksen does want to go, at the end of the day, money talks, isn't it?
Is that right? Is that when you see a price tag in football of 225 million? Is anyone worth 225 million pounds? It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, so I just think it's a bit of one of them ridiculous moves. But listen, Christian Eriksen, he's only 26.
Yeah.
But for 225 million, I mean, imagine Boro going out and buying a player for 225 million.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be bad at all, would it?
As much as we like to see that, but it definitely will not happen in this case.
Definitely not.
Someone said Chris Lowe from Huddersfield for a left back has also been mentioned.
But like I say, I think everybody wants a new left back team, don't they, by the looks of things?
Yeah, I think you know, I think it's just the thing with George Friend though. I mean, we do respect him a lot for what he's done for the club. I think people think he's at a stage now where it's kind of past it, you know. But in my opinion, for this season, he's actually done well and people expected.
Yeah, I think he's had an alright season, hasn't he? I mean, don't get me wrong. Every single player has a blip at some point, you know what I mean, in a season. But I agree with you there. I mean, what's he got now? 2 goals for the season.
Yeah.
And I agree. He's not done too badly at times. I've looked at him and thought, oh, that's a little bit dodgy. But I agree with you there, Joe. Yeah, I think he's been alright this season.
Yeah. Another one's mentioned that's just gone quiet as well. There's also that Jonas Knudsen from Ipswich.
A bit quiet on him, hasn't it? This whole transfer sort of stuff. It's not really... I know we were heavily linked to him, and then it's sort of gone a little bit quiet on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Other one said Zinchenko on loan from Man City. I don't think that'll happen, to be honest.
I don't see that happening. I'd say he's a quality player as well. I've seen him midweek against Burton when he scored the absolute exclaimer from the edge of the box.
Yeah.
But like I say, I just think, you know what I mean, as I've said all along, there's a lot of academy players out there for all of these other, obviously, you know, for all these other sort of teams out there. And if Boro want him, they're out there. Do you know what I mean? They want to play the game. I mean, listen, you only have to look at the likes of Dominic Solanke, who went to Bournemouth for 19 million. Yeah. He's gone because he wants to play his football. You know, Jermaine Defoe's the same, went to it because he wants to play.
Nathaniel Klein as well.
Yeah, exactly, because all these players want to do is just get on the pitch and just play the football. If we go out there properly and had a proper look at some of the youth in some of these teams, I think he's got Holgate, the Everton centre-back, not a bad player. Galloway, again, another Everton player. I mean, even look at the likes of like Danny Ings and that from Southampton who get the game, but don't always get the game.
Yeah.
And if you bring these in, they sort of attacking or even decent defenders, they're going to come good for you. I mean, I like the likes of Reece Oxford. I think he's a cracking player.
Yeah.
From West Ham.
Yeah, he's been on loan in Germany in recent seasons with, I think it's Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yeah, great player, but I've seen today as well, Declan Rice.
Yeah.
He's on the. Is he going to Manchester City?
Apparently from what I've heard, but I haven't heard anything else.
I'm pretty sure he signed a new contract, didn't he, a few weeks back?
Yeah.
And then City have come in for him, but that's what I'm saying. These young lads that want to play the football and they're itching to get on the football pitch, teams and managers have a bit of faith in them and recruit them because, you know what I mean, they're decent players.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll have a look at other transfer bits in a bit, but right now we're going to look at our upcoming game again at the St Andrews Trillion Trophy Stadium against Birmingham. Now, sending Tony Pulis's press conference, you know, today, there is going to be no Aidan Flint and no Ryan Shotton in the team, so plenty of spaces open for particularly the right side defence.
Yeah, absolutely. I think probably see Dale Fry going to right back.
Yeah.
And obviously I think it gives Danny Batt an opportunity again, doesn't it?
Yeah. And also see if Van der Power plays, because according to some people he might start on the bench due to the lack of match fitness.
Like I say, obviously played 45 minutes today against Peterborough. And what we've seen of him, he's a decent player. Now, if he doesn't start tomorrow, I don't think it's a bad thing, because what we've seen against Peterborough is he can come on.
Yeah.
And when he gets the ball, he just runs at you with it.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, say if it's 0-0 or say if we're to go down, we need to get back in the game. That last 25 minutes, you know what I mean? If Boro chuck Van der Power in, you know what I mean? He's the sort of player that can get you something back in the game.
Yeah. Go back to the transfer bit now. We've also been seeing that Jamal Lowe from Portsmouth's also been heavily linked with us in the past as well.
I don't know too much on him. Do you know much on him?
Yeah, apparently he's Portsmouth's top scorer so far this season with 11 goals.
Oh wow!
He can play at either attacking winger or up front. He's one of them sort of players you'd thought we need really.
Well, I say if he's banging 11 goals and he plays on the wing, then He must be decent. He kind of sounds like an Albert Dome when he was here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not he plays on the wing, but he can come in and score a few goals as well.
Yeah. Funny thing though with Doma as well, because also we've been heavily linked with him in the summer, but obviously with the new Villa manager coming in, I think Adoma's played a lot under him, so that'll be out of the question now that Adoma's probably going to be staying at Villa at least until the end of the season.
I said Dean Smith, you know what I mean, he's a good manager, and Villa have done right there, you know what I mean, getting him in charge. And Albert Adoma, would you have him back?
Depends really. It depends on who we got, you know. Like I say, you know, we've got Tavernier and Wing at the minute. So Adoma can be brought in just if they're not capable of being in that position yet.
I personally don't know if I'd have him back. Because, like you say there, you got Wing, you got Tav, you probably got Chapman.
Yeah.
And Chapman, for me...
Blackburn have also been linked with him.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's interested. When he came on against Peterborough,
yeah,
I was a little bit disappointed in his performance, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
He just looked a bit like lethargic. He wasn't really interested. He wasn't really in the game. And of course, you know what I mean, there's no secret that he does like Blackburn. He just want to go back to Blackburn.
Yeah.
You know, and if he goes, good luck to him. But I just think wingers wise and midfield wise, I think Boro are sorted. You know, Paddy McNair can play. Clayton Joe, if Clayton gets injured, then of course, you know what I mean, got the likes of Ledbetter, who I think should be shipped off, but he's here.
Yeah.
I just think all we need to concentrate on now is trying to tighten our defence, and we should be all right.
Yeah. Like I said, Kieran Bratch says there's a dam coming home. I don't think on this occasion, I think, Kieran.
Like I say, man, you never know, but yeah, I agree with you there, Joe. I don't think he will be.
And someone saying, Kurt Tasker said, when do you play Leeds? We played them on February the 9th, Kirk.
We moved to a 1 o'clock kick-off now?
Yep, due to requests of the Popos.
Yeah, the police. Is it the Saturday still? It is Saturday still, isn't it?
It is Saturday still, yeah.
1 o'clock, aye.
Yeah. Jacob Ross says, Jamal Lowe is very similar to Adama with an added bonus he can finish. Same with Alex Kawamia from Doncaster, but the latter can play across the front four. That's
someone that we maybe need to look at maybe in the summer.
Yeah.
But I think for right now, I think Boro did really, really well against Van La Barra in. I think Championship level, I haven't spoken to a few Huddersfield fans. They said Premier League level, he doesn't quite cut it.
Yeah.
But down the Championship, he's really good. So I think in that sort of thing we got him. But even on the other wing, I would play Tavernier. I don't know why Tavernier doesn't play. Would you like to see him in every game?
If we're in a crisis, we would do. But it depends where Pulis wants, because he usually have either Downing or probably say Van La Parra occupy the wings.
Oh, absolutely. But like I said, Downing for me as well. I wouldn't get rid of Downing. I don't think I'd ever sell Downing. I just think he's getting on, and he's a bit like Friend in the sense of, as much as I love watching Downing play, he maybe should be on the bench.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it wouldn't be a bad thing to bench the likes of Friend and Downing. You know what I mean? Great servants. I mean, obviously Downing when he was a kid, and then he obviously came back. Put him on the bench, it doesn't ruin the reputation, it doesn't ruin someone's ego. It just, do you know what I mean? There's players out there that are young and exciting to watch, and that's what we miss at our football, I think, is the exciting football.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Tab brings us a bit. Since we've shown ever since, you know, last season in the Cups, and then he brought it to when we played Sunderland in the league.
And of course the other night as well, when he scored and put it in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
When he comes on, Tavernier changes the game, and same with Wing. As soon as Wing comes on, you know for the fact he's going to change the game. And I just think at the Boro Academy, we do have some great players. Look at man, Steve Walker, another good one. Do you know what I mean? Off the bench, he can improvise a game, he can change, and I just think, I don't know, I think it literally is how it defends it. I just see us thinking, I mean, listen, I've seen talk on Randolph could be going and all this. What do you think of that one?
Personally, if it's something to do with his wages, it's something probably we will have no choice. But it's one of those. I mean, if he does go, I think a new goalkeeper needs to be sorted in the summer, because I don't think either Dimmy or Lonergan would suit into the first team for longer term than what we get.
Yeah, I think Lonergan for me, I'm supposed to Boro fans, I don't think he'd be the ideal replacement for Randolph.
Apparently, I think his contract's up at the end of the season, because I think he only signed him on the
and obviously Dimmy, I think he's going as well, isn't he?
No, I think he signed a contract.
Oh, he signed him. So he's going to be 45, and by the time he leaves the Boro, Dimmy, he's been here for how long? He's been here years, hasn't he? He only came as a goalkeeping coach, and like I say, oh well, big up Dimmy.
Yeah, like I say, we paid a visit to his restaurant a couple of times as well.
Yeah, like I say, it's not bad. Like I say, but every time I've been there, Dimmy's never been there, so hopefully, one time I catch him.
Yeah, hopefully. So look at the comments there. James Lackenby said we need a right winger. Patrick Wheatley says we need at least 5 players to come in. Nigel M 1966 says give Savile and McNair more game time.
Saville, go on, mate.
McNair, I'll probably say for the right back position once Shotton's out, because the last couple of games that McNair slotted in, he's actually played very well.
Yeah, I thought against Peterborough second half, he had a good game. And obviously then that allows Dale Fry to go back to his natural position, along with Danny Batt. But I think, like I say, man, George Saville, now he's obviously an official Boro player.
Yeah.
Was it a 3-year contract he signed?
I think it was a 3-year contract, I think it was, yeah.
So now he's here, now he's a Boro player officially. I think, definitely get him back in the team. But that's what it leaves it open for. But I think it leaves it for competition. The likes of Johnny House that wants to be in the team, but Saville can play his position. And I think it's great that inside the midfield, especially, and in striker, you've got all them places to try and sort of get in there and try,
especially in the midfield as well. Particularly also when you've got the likes of Besic.
Yeah, Besic, Ledbetter, McNair, Clayton. Who else wings the wings? Chapman, Tav. You know what I mean? There's so many players out there.
Yeah.
So.
Someone, Kieran Batch says Joshua Madger from Sunderland.
Yeah, good player. Really good player, actually. And if Boro don't get him this window, I can see him going to somebody else, to be honest with you. I see him
I think Bristol City been heavily with him as well.
Yeah, but like I say, you know what I mean? He's got the pace, he's got the flair, he's got the skills, he's a decent player.
999 Games said, I think we should sign Alioski from Leeds. It's quite what do you call it, ambitious.
Yeah, but like I say, man, he's a good player. I think Saiz, is it, because obviously, is it Saiz and Alioski, or is that two different players?
There's two different players. I think Saiz has gone to Getafe.
Yeah, because obviously I knew one of them was going to Spain. Alioski is a great player. I know he plays for Leeds and the banter and all that, but he is a great winger. And
I think he's first class at international level for Montenegro as well.
But I don't think Leeds would sell to Boro purely because if you look inside the league table, if he's going to come to Boro and benefit us, there's no chance of a team selling around us.
Yeah. Like I say, I think that will do us. I think AJ, that will do for this morning. Like I say, I will be there for the Birmingham game on Saturday, but AJ will, along with Jesse and cameraman James.
Are we over tomorrow?
Yep, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe as always if you haven't done already. And our social media links will be in the description below. And like I say, hopefully I'll be back from the Millwall game next Saturday. But
hopefully.
AJ, Jesse and James will be there for Birmingham tomorrow.
Also tomorrow, if you see us on the motorway whilst you're travelling to Birmingham, send us your photos on Instagram or Twitter and we will put them on the stories.
Yeah, unless I get sent over to AJ's Tinder.
Yeah. Don't mention that. Don't be saying that, man.
Anyway, Boro fans, let's all for 3 points on Saturday. We'll see you then. Up the Boro.